Hello.
Hi.
Last time I saw you was like a month before your birthday.
Yeah.
B2, twist, B2.
Hey, now you guess. You guess.
Oh, come on.
No, you guess. You guess.
B2.
No.
Oh, twist.
Yeah, that's the
B2. How are you guys?
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for being with us. Now, of course, you'll be on Voice Factory tomorrow evening. But today's conversation, I want us to focus more on your journey, right? People know your names now, everybody's celebrating. And of course, the young people are like, okay, let me just release one song and I'll bloom, right? But let's step back to the days where you walk into a place, you're performing, no one knows your name, you're producing, even getting an artist to produce, right? Those challenges you went through so that our up-and-coming artists can also appreciate the journey. So throughout the conversation, if you want to ask them any questions or comments, let us know with the hashtag Breakfast Daily, and the WhatsApp line is 0550-585-832. And of course, they'll be with us tomorrow night for the grand finale of Voice Factory. We also have AJ Sam, Araba Idara, and Clerk Boyson who will be on the stage, and one of them will come out as the winner with a 10,000 Ghana cedi prize. And to join us, you know what to do. Send us your name and the hashtag Voice Factory to the WhatsApp number 0205-973-973. Now, who's going to take this first? Walk us through when you first started. B2.
It's been a long journey. You know, way back in Takrade, we were drumming on tables in class, and my dad had to separate us.
Why? Oh yeah,
for school. It was like, these boys are bad. We are diabolical. So it was like, you go to a mixed school and then you go to a boys' school. So I went to GSTS, and then my brother went to secondary college.
Yeah.
So we started rapping, and we had to go to this intercore, you know, to battle rappers, and you know, it's that kind of fun thing when you're having athletics and stuff. So I was as I hadn't seen my brother for like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so they were like, yo, Moku, go. So we go, I was rapping with each school, the best rapper will come, and then like you compete, and then the winner just moves to the next school that way. Until I went to his school, and they were like, there's a guy called Twist, before rap with him. That's at that time I was entertainment program at my school, you know, so like, I didn't want to lose for anything.
But did you know his name was now Twist?
No.
Or he said, okay.
So they were like, yo, Twist, come. And then he came and was like, you
But
were
you guys
over
look
here,
alike.
you know, like, it was interesting, you know, we started rapping, and then like, the way we were flowing, we were rapping, but I saw like rapping with my brother.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know he was into rap.
Ah.
Yeah.
Were you into rap the
Yeah,
entire
I
time, or you like dad separated us, so let me pursue something else?
No, the entire time. And even at the time, he was an entertainment professor in his school, and I was also an entertainment professor in my school.
So your dad didn't achieve much with the
No,
separation?
At all. It even made things worse. It made him understand we're actually twins.
Wow.
It's very.
So at what point did you now say, okay, we're not just doing this for fun, but we want to pursue this as a career?
Yeah, so we went to a studio in Takrade. It's called Tape Masters.
Okay.
By then the producer was Willis Beats.
Okay.
So we were like, yo, we want to record. And Willis was like, Castro get session today, Kenata 2 for come after. So make people wait. So like 5.
How old were you guys around?
So we're like, was it 14?
14, yeah.
Yeah. So we're waiting, and they stayed in the studio for like God knows when.
Like one of these guys.
Yeah, you know, and then it was late, and we're like, yo, we forgo house for P. No, that was the principal, the headmaster. So
wow.
very straight. And he didn't know we're into music.
Aww.
Yeah, so we had to rush back. And then Charlie, we got to the house and I was like, yo, I fed up. I fallen up. So, you know, I took it up. I started watching YouTube videos, and obviously, my brother also started doing the same because we are twins. We do almost everything together.
But was it difficult? I mean, it's one thing watching
was.
someone produce,
Oh,
and
yeah,
another
it
thing
was.
learning, teaching yourself.
Yeah,
how
it
to
was
produce.
because we didn't have a teacher.
Yeah, at the time.
We had to learn it ourselves. Give and take 7-8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so after 7-8 years, we came to Accra saying we wanted to pursue music. Didn't know anybody. Went to BBNZ building.
Okay.
We saw EL. Okay, as at that time, they told us EL was not around.
Okay.
But then
so this time you're like 21.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And we saw El and told him we have 10 beats for him. So we wanted him to use it. And he was like, 10 beats, where it be free? And we're like, oh yeah, it's free. Like, okay, cool. So we gave it to him and we were going down to take one at Trotsky. And one guy ran down and was like, yo, you guys, L wants you right now. I said, you know, you always say L no day. And so we went there, and then El was like, "Yo, you boys be fired. You play them yourself." We showed him the projects and everything. It was like, "You guys, I go like work with you." So it was the next day. We had our first production, Segbefia. That's EL, Joey B, Papico Joe.
How was that like? I mean, you're 21.
Yeah,
and these guys are like big names in the
feeling
industry.
It was crazy. Even as at the time we were not having a signature on the beat, so people didn't really know who produced it. But then to hear yourself play this beat in your room and the next day it's all over the place, yeah, that feeling was really great. It gave us another step to do better things, bigger things. You know. So from there we produced more
artists. Ebony, Shatawale, and then lots of them. We could even add Olamide to it now, because
which song?
Our second song, Nami, featuring Olamide.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what was that first before you got EL? Walk us through those 7 years.
Yeah.
How were you feeding yourselves? Were you still like taking money from your dad and he's like, "Can you both get a job already?"
It was solely on production. That's why people look at what we do and they'll be like, "Why are you taking this thing so much of a big deal? Because like you should be going to school, like do some business or something." Yeah. But then music actually fed us from a point, you know, because we had to go to school too. You know, when he attended University of Ghana, Legon, and I was in Ghana Telecom. Yeah. You know, you need small coins to buy some pamphlets. And
so you didn't call your dad for money?
Oh, no. He should tell you his first. How much? What he got?
My first production. Okay, my first production. I had biscuits. He gave me biscuits.
You're joking.
Yeah.
And you took it.
I was happy.
You were not offended.
I know. I ran all the way to the house door. I said, "Yo, I get biscuits."
Yeah, you know.
How old were you?
Oh, we're very young. That was like 15.
Yeah,
15. Yeah. First production, I had biscuits. A very big biscuit, long one like that.
No, but like the main thing was that after the biscuits, though as at that time we were little, but then we saw value in what we were doing. Yeah. So if somebody go give you some biscuits, sell for some beats, meaning they ask things, they go, yeah. And then even our first beat with after Segbefia, guys were like, "Yo, how much you put the take?" And we were like, "What this guy just stopped right now?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, I'll give you 800."
Wow.
So for the first beat too, and then we were like, "You go feel make them 900." Yeah. So yeah, you know.
So tell us a bit about the importance of not necessarily focusing on the money in your early years, right? And also the fear, because some people will be like, "Oh, it's not perfect. Let me not get out." So where did you get the courage to say, "Okay, EL, we're going to put our best foot forward. We've been practicing for the past 7 years."
It's life, oh.
When as you grow and you realize your talent is going, because then you're young. And when you're young and you're still producing and you're doing music, people look at you and they're like, "Oh, this is nice." When you grow old, you can still do music, but it's to a certain level. Yeah. So as you're young, you should use that time to, you know, get very good at what you do. Pick all the skills you need in order for you to get there. You see, so that when you get there, you'll not find yourself wanting. Because now you can keep us in a room with equipment and we'll come out with songs for you. Yeah, we don't need to get a producer so after that time we had to get to learn to do all these things, you know. And then after that, what else? When the time comes, the time comes.
Yeah,
you know?
the time
it's
comes.
Just the passion should be fresh, you know. It should be fresh.
It should just hit you, you know. It's perseverance. If music is a career, people should know that before you even venture into it. Like even if it's a passion or it's your talent, you should know that music is a career. And once it's a career, it means you should be serious about it. Sleep isn't one thing you should consider when you're being an artist.
Sleep is important.
Yes, it is. But then, you know, as an artist, your mind is supposed to be that kind of mind that awakens every mind around you. Yeah. When you are in a building and then you want to entertain, you're not just here to entertain. There are healthy reasons why you're on stage, and then there are also entertainment reasons why you're on stage. There are educative reasons why. So as at that time, your mind should be sharp. So you shouldn't have that normal 8-hour sleep where it they be like say you enjoy life some, make them fall. If they catch a particular point in one's life, when you are venturing into any work of yours, you will know that no, Charlie, I've no bed. I have to do this. It's the same for music. It's not just being in a room, pulling your pants down and trying to show all gangster and stuff. Yeah, you need to be disciplined about it.
Where did you guys find that discipline? Because I mean, you're two. So if it's just me, I can just be disciplined. But like one person might be like, "Charlie, let's go check out some girls and come back."
That one day.
Hey, by that one, you shouldn't have time for it. You don't have time to sleep. You shouldn't have time for girls.
You know, because of our dad, you know, even though we're still finding our way to do the music, you know, this guy tried to make us understand that, Charlie, your things should be in order, you know. And my mom she's so supportive, you know. And so we got all that discipline from them. Yeah, it's from home, and it reflects out in your music.
How did he finally buy into it that
Accept it.
this is? I mean, he's the principal.
Yeah, you know.
His children are supposed to be like the PhD holders or
You know.
something. How did you guys?
There are lots of
convince him?
factors so that made him just like, oh, it's okay.
Tell us, because our viewers might
I mean,
want
even
to
this
learn.
one sent me one day. You know, our dreads. I remember when I did my dreads before my brother. I did mine 6 months
Are you
before
paying
his.
Nini?
Yeah, I'm paying.
Okay.
So I did mine, and then he did his. But then we hadn't seen our mom for like 6 months.
Okay.
And she was like, I want people to come to the house, come and eat something. I want to see something. So we were like, I'm not saying she won't see the thing. But then it hadn't grown that long, so
Okay.
we're wearing our caps. You know? Long story short, my mom has dress now.
You're joking.
Yeah, she does.
So
Yeah, she just took it over like.
You think your dad
so
will
is
be
this what we
next?
are doing now?
Oh, your dad
we
will
are,
be
no,
next.
no, but
He
he's
has
taking all
taken
of my
everything
dad's a
off.
chief.
he's like, I'm not joining you guys.
At all.
Okay, so I have some messages for you guys. So someone says, good morning, this is Ohima Essie Bruce. I want to request Confirm by DopeNation featuring Medical. Confirm by DopeNation featuring Medical for all Door citizens, and wishing them all a fruitful Friday. This is your boy Clemento from Freaky from DopeNation, No Rush Life. Big ups DopeNation
Hey.
and the newest and finest release, Confirm.
Yeah.
DopeNation to the world. Please Confirm by DopeNation. Please play Confirm by DopeNation featuring Medical. Okay, a lot of people want Confirm. Good morning, this is D. Francis from La. I have a question for DopeNation. What is life for them outside music? As in, what do they do when they are not doing music? Would love to hear Nami by DopeNation featuring Olamide. Well, tomorrow you can hear all of that at the Voice Factory Grand Finale at Trade Fair. So, guys, what do you do for fun? What do you do outside of music?
Outside of
As I
music.
sleep
Outside of
in?
music, Charlie, we it's very awkward. Though. Everything we mix it with music.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. There must be a day where you're like, okay, we're just going to detox.
You
and
know,
not
you
engage.
know,
Detox.
you know, detox the music out
Yeah,
of you,
yeah,
you know.
I like
But you know, funny, even in the bank, even it's not easy. Like it's very weird. There hasn't been any time we've been. I thought it was just me, but then one day I just asked my brother, actually, if you write exams, you know, they hear some song for your head inside. I was like, yeah, you know, we there hasn't been any other day we do without music. In our rooms, we have a studio, home studio, and then we also have a studio in the
Okay,
house.
what do you
like-
guys do for fun that does not include music? Like, do you cook?
for
Do
one.
you play
Okay,
football?
sometimes we play basketball, but then still we
But
play
in
music at the
basketball,
background.
we play with. You know,
play
even basketball, they play basketball with Shaker, Magnum.
How we play with
Obviously,
artists, so you
playing
know it's
basketball.
So speaking of artists, how important is it to surround yourself with like-minded people who are on the same journey as you?
Well, first off, when we meet, we don't see ourselves as artists. We see ourselves as brothers. Even before we start talking about music, like, Charlie, what they happen? This thing, you know, it's like that. And the relationship is closer than the music, you know. And when your brother is moving forward, you know, you ask him, Charlie, how did you do this? How did you do that? So when we meet as friends, like colleague artists, when we meet as friends, we talk about regular stuff, you know, like stuff that goes on. Charlie, how's day? How this day? How mommy day? Then later the artist vibe comes in.
Wow.
You know, yeah, it's family like that. It's family like that.
And how does that help when you when you need to collaborate and
Oh, it
you
helps
don't
a lot.
have to pay or
Yeah, you know, it's not necessarily have to pay because it's now a business. And
But you do barter sometimes.
yeah, obviously. And then there are certain ways to go about it when maybe a big artist, you know, there are stages of artists in Ghana. We have artists that we have, I won't put them into classes, but then we have ranks and then rates as which in terms of popularity and then numbers. You get it? So when you meet an artist on an off day, maybe like we just day with a vibe, there's a way to talk to an artist, and then because you and I'm so cool, something he charges for a feature or for being on a video, an endorsement or something, he just does it off.
Wow.
You know, yeah. And then being with artists around, it gives you that vibe. You could listen to another song and then it gives you more ideas to do new songs.
Okay,
Yeah.
so speaking of artists, you talked about producing EL. Now, people have
Yeah.
said that they see some comparisons
Yeah.
between your work and his work. Can you
Yeah.
touch on it a bit?
Oh
for us?
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. When we came to Accra, when you are starting, you definitely look up to someone. We find it very hard to speak any of the local languages because we lived in a compound house where we had a lot of families with different languages. It got very confusing selecting one, and we grew up with white ladies who were taking care of us as well. So it's like English, no, otherwise you just mix pidgin. You see, when you want to get informal.
Why do you have so
a
many
bit.
white people?
Well, it's because of my dad's work.
Okay,
He used to travel a lot, so he had, So with that,
When you produced him, now you're like this.
so we got to a point where we had to listen to music, and we realized that EL was the one who was, singing in English or rapping in English and was accepted in a way. So when we came to Accra, he picked us in, he took us in, he was like, okay, you guys, your beats, they're like this. They were not so professional, but then he still wanted to hop on it to prove to us that you can actually make a regular beat professional and that. So for some time he was like that's godfather.
Wow.
So if you tell us we sound like EL sometimes, it sounds more to us like a compliment than, a backlash or something.
Yeah.
So we cannot. I wouldn't say we will do away with it, but then when we are starting, you get that feel of EL in us because he was the one who took us in. Yeah. So.
And how important is it for artists like EL and even yourself to pay it forward to the next generation? Because I'm sure there are some 14, 15-year-olds watching us right now, looking up to you guys.
Yeah, it is. Because way back, that's what we also did on TV, on the radio.
But is it like a lot of responsibility now that you are now in the shoes of that
the pressure
mentor?
the pressure there is hard, It's hard. It's like he has left into another zone and you've come to fill that void. And now people are like, hey, I want to come to your studio, I want to record, I want to be there. You let me just be there. That kind of vibe. It's very nice. We are happy we are imparting a lot of knowledge into the youth.
So Ohima AC says, what's the inspiration in your music career? What inspires you guys?
The inspiration comes from different sorts of energies and situations we find ourselves in. Because you cannot say, okay, this is the only thing I get my inspiration from. So if it's not there, like right now, the situation we find ourselves in.
What's the situation?
Oh, some better mode for some side. Some questions
Shout out
they
to our
ask you.
sponsors, better mode.
Yeah,
we just make music out of whatever situation we find ourselves in.
So what informed Ish?
Ish.
Which one of you spotted who?
You see, he's looking. He's looking on the side.
I
No, he's looking on the side.
I would blame Instagram. I would blame Instagram for that because Charlie, right now the girls, the way that they pose for.
So you don't have time to sleep, but I have time for Instagram.
Oh no, you see, when you're in the studio and then
maybe that's one thing without
see
music.
any producer,
Without music at
listen,
all.
I put it to all producers in GH. Any producer knows that his left hand and his phone are best friends. Anytime he's producing and then he feels like, should I make a rest? He just takes it and then he's on Instagram.
Okay.
So the beat was playing and then girls, I saw girls posing and stuff. And I was like, hey, so I saw one pic, that pic, I really wish I could find the handle.
Aww.
Remember the handle. We'll thank the girl for giving us a hit song because I was like, Ish, and then it fell on the beat,
Wow.
Yeah, and he was like, yo, put down for this. So we put Ish after every 4 bars. Wow. And then we just say what we want to say. So it's what boys, they talk. Hey, see the girl in back? And he will say, Ish, Charlie, if I get down for, and we just put it in the song.
Okay, so I'm going to put you guys through a test because Twist just said he's inspired by what he sees, right? So can you do a freestyle with better modes and what you see around you?
Hey.
Voice Factory. You just said it.
Okay.
No pressure.
Okay, so
No pressure.
no pressure. So freestyle, we dey come rap, we go sort. The way you dey throw me questions there, it no be your fault. Maybe we go left here, we go give me better words.
I will give you better modes for
You
you.
give me better words.
I will. It's for you guys.
Okay,
It's for you.
nice.
Now, any advice to young up-and-coming artists who have had countless doors closed in their faces? They are doubting their journey. They have great songs. No one knows of their names. Anything you want to tell them?
Yeah, don't stop. Don't stop. You should keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I don't want to mention names, but some artists had their first hits at very late at a very late age, right?
Yeah.
And they are like one of the biggest artists right now in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't stop. If the music still lives in you, there, you know, you should keep doing it until that God will not go watch your hustle, say you the hustler, and, oh, I no go help him. Definitely he would, you know, he'll open a way somewhere. So
Now, B2, for you, talk to us about the importance of hard work, grit, and being business-minded. Because there are people, you guys have been lucky to find Links Entertainment, but there are people where in the beginning of their journey, they ended up with the wrong management and it just messed up their musical journey.
Yeah. And for me, the key to all this is commitment. Because when you start, there are people who show interest in what you do. And a friend of yours could be like, yo, Charlie, I get some show for you. You the sing well, we could go. Now that friend of yours, even though he's a friend trying to big you up, trying to encourage you, business-wise, he is a manager. He's a promoter. You know, that's how, if you listen to most of these artist managers' story, you know that he's like, yo, he saw the talent in me and was like, Moku do this, Moku do that, Moku do this, Moku do that, you know. I saw my manager on the street. Wow. And I was like, yo, Charlie, if you want Moku make money, you look sharp. And Richmond was like, yo, Moku go, you know. Wow. And here we find ourselves at Links Entertainment. So when you're working and you realize that there's any little avenue to make money out of what you're doing, and you see it's legit, just make sure you do what is right, and then you put in the hard work and that business mind, like move towards you know, if we see say bitter malts won't come work with and then work, you go talk bitter malts and then you go out and it's all that business mind. So Charlie, with the hard work, just make sure you go look around you, for anything that will bring you legit money.
Thank you. Now, finally, what should we expect from both of you tomorrow evening?
Tomorrow evening,
everybody should bring gallons, Charlie.
Gallons?
With water, because we come light up the stage.
What else can we expect?
Well, I can't wait to see the crowd. I don't know what to expect myself, you know, because I don't know how the crowd is going to really accept us. So I just want us to come there, have some fun, you know. Charlie, just fun. Or if you want to dance, stand up and dance.
Enjoy.
Okay. Yeah. Now, people want to know your real names, Michael and Tony.
Right?
Yeah. So,
Michael.
Tony.
Okay, now you got that one.
I got it right. At least I got one thing.
I'll give you better ones.
No, so you take a better one. Thank you. But you have to perform the music everyone is asking for.
Oh, okay. All right.
Confirm.
All right.
Is it okay?
Sure.
So I'll let you guys walk on over and get ready to perform. We were joined by DopeNation, Twist, B2. Catch them tomorrow.